Hey, what's up everybody? Jeremiah with Drive to Repair here. We are going to take a nasty looking dryer and we're going to make it look awesome again. So you're going to want some paint and you're going to want some sandpaper. That's all you need. The paint that I use is Krylon Appliance Epoxy. This is it. I get it at Lowe's. You could get it off of Amazon or somewhere, but Lowe's is the cheapest. Don't use Rust-Oleum. It just doesn't work as well. This is 120 grit sandpaper. You do not need an orbital sander or anything like that. It does speed up the process though if you use that. But I wanted to show y'all you can get this done. It doesn't take a whole lot of time, just takes a little bit of elbow grease, and you can make this thing look fantastic again. So the only thing I'm doing is I'm scrubbing away with this sandpaper, trying to go all over the worst areas as much as I can. And then even the areas that are just light rust, I'm just trying to get some, scratches with the sandpaper all through it and the heavy rust out as much as I can. You'll see I'm knocking away some stuff just so you can kind of see what you're sanding a little bit more. But total time sanding on this, I probably took about 2 minutes. I did not take very long at all. And you're going to be really impressed with the end product. This appliance epoxy is incredible paint, super durable. It covers this stuff. You don't have to go down to the metal on this. I've probably done 1,000 of these things. We used to have a big used appliance shop, so we were always repainting and making these things look good again. This paint holds up year after year. The Rust-Oleum does not. It will turn yellow. You can use it if that's already what you have, use it. But this Krylon, you can even put a blowtorch to this, and that Krylon does not turn yellow. It's just a really good paint. So you can see this is kind of what it looks like. I didn't get all that rust off. I just got anything that was flaky, just trying to get that off. Now, what I like to do if I can is take that console and get it out of the way. And on this style of dryer, you can do that pretty easily. You could take, a towel or a garbage bag, a bunch of painter's tape, whatever you needed to cover that, and that works well. But for me, I like to take just a couple of seconds, flip this console back, and then I don't have to worry about it the entire painting process. So this tool right here is my favorite, and I just found out that maybe they're not making it anymore. I don't know, but that DeWalt gyroscopic screwdriver is awesome. So if you can get your hands on one, it is well worth it. So got the appliance epoxy here, and you just do thin coats. Okay, so total coats that I put on this is probably about 5 or so. I've got a pretty good feel for how to not make it run. You can get a little bit heavier coat on these horizontal surfaces. On the vertical surfaces, you got to go a little bit thinner or you're going to start getting runs. You can, 10 coats is no trouble. Just do a bunch of them. It blends in super well. So whether you do 5 coats, whether you do 10, it doesn't really matter. Just make it where it's not streaky, and just do it until it covers everything. Thin coats are always better than thick coats that end up running somewhere. So I'll show you this kind of in real time. I'm just going to show you how long it takes to paint this whole thing. Now, for those of you who are concerned that I'm not wearing a respirator, you're absolutely right. But I have done this a million times, and I am strategically holding my breath. And you'll see me, I cut the video a few times, and I walk away when I need to breathe again. And so I can hold my breath a pretty long time. And so I'm holding my breath. If you see fumes around me, I am not breathing in. So you should use a respirator. I'm not trying to give you an example not to do that, but just explaining why you don't see one on me. If I had had my respirator, if I had had an orbital sander, this entire process for me would probably be less than 10 minutes. Yeah, that bottle is kind of exploding on me a little bit there. So I'm going to grab another one here in a second. But you can see even these areas where I went down to the metal, that paint, once it starts getting on there, it just starts looking awesome. So just keep going over it. I'm going to speed this up here in a second, so you don't have to watch me paint for another 5 minutes, but just do this. And by the time, this is like a 90 something degree day today, so it's pretty hot. By the time I finish at one end, say I start where I'm up there and I make my way to the bottom of the dryer, it's already dry to the touch back on top again. So this paint is awesome. It dries fast when it's really warm. So you can see we've got streaks there, so we need to put a few more coats on it. But the rust is pretty much gone. It has covered that really well. And again, this is a super durable product. So once you get this on there, it's really good. Most dryers are not going to be this bad for you, or washing machines or refrigerators, whatever white appliance you have, this works great on it. And you can blend it. So if you need to kind of fan it out, you don't have to paint the entire thing, but I'm just showing you it's possible here. So this was definitely going to be a different color because it had yellowed over time. I'm putting on a new coat here so it matches, and we're pretty much done here now. So I'm gonna button this up. I'm going to show you another angle of this dryer. I'll kind of bring it over so you can see more of the front view and from the top, but it looks really good now. And so if you're a homeowner and you just want to make your appliances look great again, this the Krylon appliance epoxy is what you want. If you're trying to flip appliances, this is a great way to take something that looked like it needed to go to the junkyard. And this particular dryer, it had a bad high limit thermostat, so somebody probably had it in a setup where the vent line was clogged, and it blew that thermostat. But I fixed all that. It's good to go. We made it look good. So now we're gonna make somebody happy with an inexpensive dryer, and we make some good money off of it. So here's what it looks like. If y'all have any questions at all, let me know. I'm going to keep putting out some good content for y'all, and appreciate those subscriptions and likes. Talk to you soon.